Hi, I'm Josh. Well now, welcome back to Minecraft. Now, in the last video we set up a wireless access terminal, which is nice, but I want to do some more. Right now I want to show how to process ores to make them come out doubled, or tripled, or even quadrupled, or even 5-doubled. There's a septuple. That's 7. Let's see. Yeah. But I'm gonna show you how to easily make 2 iron out of 1 iron ore, and to always and to very efficiently spend your coal. So the first thing I want to talk about is power generation, because to create an efficient ore processing system, you usually need a bunch of electricity. Now, I could be a smartass and just use the power grid I've got already, or I could be nice and show people how it's done. Now, the very first generator I would recommend you get, if you have the FTB pack, is the Survivalist's generator. It's very simple. And ooh, hello MKEZ45634. One moment. Hi. Hi. Yeah, currently explaining how to yeah, you'll video up in an hour or so. Maybe a bit more. Details. Okay, like I was saying, the survivalist generator is the first thing you ought to build if you're going to go into electricity, and you really should go into electricity, even if you're just going to go mostly magic. This is a very basic generator, which is extremely efficient. It does not produce a great amount of power at all, but you can leave it running, and it'll be 10 times more efficient than the standard thermal generator. Every generator essentially works like a furnace. Well, I say every generator. The normal types of generators tend to work like furnaces. You throw fuel in, they burn the fuel, hasta la vista, you get power. The survivalist generator is a very efficient way to do that. Now, you don't actually need all that much to create one. It's almost like a vanilla recipe. You need a furnace, some cobble, some iron ingots, a piston, and some redstone. And you need similar stuff for a piston itself. So actually, we're going to go to the wireless terminal. We're going to see if we got a piston. We do have a piston, so excuse me if I don't craft that myself. We're going to get some iron. Some redstone. What was it again? Some redstone and some redstone. We need a furnace, and if we don't have a furnace, well, that's not very hard to create. Yeah, we got ourselves plenty of furnaces. I haven't prepared for this per se. I mean, this is more fun to just do it spontaneously. And like I said, with the pocket crafting table, you can just pop it open and you can get a survivalist generator. I'm just gonna put this thing on the ground here, and I'm gonna grab up some coal. Like I said, this thing can last essentially forever with coal. You can even strap a battery to the side of it, because these two things are the output points. You can put a generator on the side of it, a battery on the side of it, and it'll essentially fill it up very slowly but very steadily. Currently, I don't remember what the hotkey is to turn off NEI, but it's currently got it's got about 1,000 power out of 100,000 power, and it's even burning only 1 coal. So it should be fine. Now, we've got electricity, so I want to discuss a few things. First off, the efficient way, the most efficient way, and the most fun way to double ore. Someone's floating around my base. Interesting. But the first thing I want to talk about is the most efficient way and the most fun way to double ore, and that's thermal expansion. Now, that mod has several different names at this point, but what it does is you're gonna grind the ore up, and that is not only going to produce 2 different kinds of that is only not going to produce 2 different dusts, which then can each be smelted into a single ingot. Hi, dude. But it's also going to produce, sometimes it's going to produce some extra dust, so it's going to be more like 2.5 or 2.25 times fuel 2¼ times ore reproduction. Or doubling. So let's actually go and have a look at that. The thermal expansion stuff, sorry, my contact lens, has some a bunch of interesting pieces. The first and most important thing you should build after you've created your first generator is the redstone furnace. It's essentially a furnace that runs on redstone. And with that survivalist generator, you can essentially be 10 times more efficient with your coal, if not more so, because electricity generators store up just enough, use up just enough of the coal's energy to smelt a single ingot, while standard Minecraft furnaces just use up the entire coal to even smelt up a single ingot. So there's 4 different kinds of this, 4 different tiers of this thing. There's resonant, there's blah blah blah, there's blah blah blah, and then there's the basic one. Now the basic one uses the most basic type of machine frame, which is the basic machine frame, which requires in itself some glass, some iron, and a tin gear. Now a tin gear can be created either by combining stone gear with 4 tin ingots, or just a piece of iron with 4 tin ingots. So we're going to get some tin and some iron. Piece of iron in the middle, some tin ingots. And I think, if I'm not... Oh, hello. There we go. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to work. Ta-da! And just to be on the safe side, let's make another one. Because, there's 2 pieces to this method. The electric furnace, yeah, sure, but then that'll still just create 1 iron ingot out of 1 iron ore. Same thing for, of course, yellorium or gold or whatever. So you've got 2 tin gears right now. You're probably also going to want some glass. And what is the other thing we needed? Whoops. What is the other thing we needed for the basic machine frame? Some iron. So let's get 8 iron and 8 glass. Perfect. Yeah. 2 different ways to split items. But yeah, this is the basic machine frame, and it's pretty easy. You can even stack these, by the way, if you want to make 2 of them. You just do it this way. 2, 2, 2, 2. And I hope I didn't do it wrong. I think I did it wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I did. See, everyone makes these kinds of mistakes sometimes. Yay, 2 basic machine frames. Awesome. Now you got 1 for the furnace and 1 for something else, which I'm going to show you in just a sec. But let's start off with the furnace. No, wait a minute. I think... Yeah, it's the redstone furnace. And it's going to require 2 bricks, some copper gears, which are the same as tin gears, only you use copper around an iron ingot or around a stone gear, whatever. And a redstone reception coil. I think that's going to be the most interesting thing here. A redstone reception coil is made by combining a gold ingot and some redstone. So let's get started with that. You need... Well, I saw we need 2 redstone just for the machine and 2 redstone for the reception coil. Beyond that, we need some bricks, which are made with clay. So let's get some bricks. I don't have any bricks. I think I got some clay. Yeah, I got some clay. So let's make some bricks later. Like I said, redstone reception coil, rat-tat-bang, easy enough. And we need some copper gears, so let's do that first. Oh, well, you can just get some copper and some iron. We want 2 copper gears, so let's just do dip, 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 and dip, dip. And finally, some more iron. This is a good way to do ore doubling, and like I said, it's ore doubling plus plus, and I'll get into how to best process that stuff with some cabling and stuff in just a moment. But we're starting off, and we got 2 copper gears. Awesome. Now we got some clay, and well, we don't have a furnace here yet, so I'm actually going to go downstairs for a second. And darn. Oh, this is warded. I forgot. I warded this when I was demonstrating that warding focus. Oopsie. But this is then the my elite smelting factory, which can smelt 7 things at once. That's going to be where we're going to end up. Probably not in this video, because that would be too much. Maximum half an hour is my kind of thing. But for 4 bricks, you're essentially going to need 8, well, bricks. So for 4 brick blocks, you're essentially going to need 8 just bricks. So I'm just going to spam click here just to grab it so it doesn't go immediately into my AE system. 3, 2, 1, and we do this and this. We make some bricks. Right, that bang. That may take a bit of time, but when you do this, you're going to be easily able to get your hands on a... What am I missing here? Don't need the clay anymore at the moment. What am I missing here? Oh, I need 1 redstone up there, not 2. That was a bit dumb of me. Oh, well, we have the basic redstone furnace, which is actually basically the ideal item to go explain factories and construction to someone, because not unlike Lego Duplo, it's got bright and vibrant colors. That sounds a bit demeaning, but it's well intentioned. Okay. Thing is, we got a survivalist generator, and we got our redstone. See about what I say about the bright and shiny colors? We got our survivalist generator, and we got our redstone furnace. Now we can be smartasses and directly connect the furnace to the generator. But what I want to do is to add some cables. Now, I say start good habits early, so let's see if we got... If we can get, because I never really used this, but this is what I'd recommend. Some energy conduits. Oh, they're a bit too hard to make, aren't they? Yep, they're a bit too hard to make. How am I going to do this? Let's keep it a bit simpler. So, get some, no, that's not right either. I think we can make do with some leadstone energy conduits. Yeah, that should do. That's before you get up to Ender IO conduits. But leadstone flux ducts are what you can use relatively easily to transport a bit of power. Not too much power, but it's almost lossless, and it does transfer 200 RF per tick. It's good enough. So you just get 2 lead ingots, a piece of glass, and some redstone. So let's just start with that. I did sort of burn most of my lead on my Thaumcraft research, so let's hope I got enough lead for this. Yes, 2 lead ingots, some glass, and a bunch of redstone. Glass in the middle, redstone at the top and at the bottom. You can also make a leadstone, I don't quite remember what it's called. A leadstone energy cell, which is essentially a giant battery in case your generator is full but you still want to store more electricity. But this is an interesting way to start off with, and a very good way to start off with your Babby's first factory. Let's phrase it like that. I actually want to connect this here, and then I want to guide the wire out the back. There's no real need to do that, but I just want to... actually, we can do this a bit easier. Don't worry about destroying any of this stuff. It's foolproof. If you try this with... what's it called again? There's another mod where if you try this, the objects will just explode and be destroyed, but that's... But that's just only for industrial craft, so I recommend you don't use industrial craft stuff to start off with. The thermal expansion stuff is a lot more robust. Indeed. Let's just make a nice bunch of cables here. I want some distance between the I don't know. You could have some distance between the redstone furnace and the other thing we're still going to build. But okay, let's start here. we got a redstone furnace, and it is slowly filling up. The coal is being burned, but we still got 63 coal, and this thing is filling up quite well. So here's the item configuration. Now blue, I would suggest you go here first. Blue is out. Now blue is in, and orange is out. So if you remove blue, the ores have no way to get in. If you put a chest above here, it will not pull the ores. If you put a certain kind of pipe and cables above here, it will push the ores in. But for now, we can just focus on just using this as the input and just manually throwing the ores in. But where are we going to put the ores out? Where are we going to throw the ores once we are finished? Well, let's get ourselves a chest. I'm not going to show you how to craft a chest. Let's get ourselves a chest. And let's make this side orange, because this is the side that is connected to the chest. So when you throw something in, such as a piece of... Do I have any kind of ores? I get aluminium ore. I got coal ore. No, cinnabar ore. I suppose I can do cinnabar ore. It's not the best idea. But let's go. Let's throw some cinnabar ore in here and see what happens. It's just going to make one. And it's not the fastest in the world. But when it's done, it automatically exports the quicksilver into the chest. So that's a good start, I guess. Well, but what if we want two? And it's not going to work with cinnabar, just FYI. I'm just going to grab some ores later. If you want to grind something up, turn it into... If you want to grind something up and turn it into two different ores... no, turn it into two different bars. Sorry, shenanigans there. We are going to use a pulverizer. It's named differently in different games. It's called a pulverizer, it's called a grinder, whatever. But the pulverizer is extremely awesome. So let's begin constructing this thing. You need another 2 copper gears, another redstone reception coil, another piston, and some flint. Now, just FYI, the best way to get flint is to break gravel and then put it back down and then break it again. So let's start off with some flint. Oh, I don't have any flint. Heck, I don't have any flint. Okay, whatever. I got some copper gears. I'm gonna need some copper gears. I think I know what happened to my flint, but that's not exactly important right now. I used it in processing something else, I think. Or I might have used it for Thaumcraft long ago. I don't know. But I got some copper gears, and I'm gonna need a redstone reception coil. Oh, look, I got a spare. Yay, I've already showed you how to make that, so that's good. And a piston. And beyond that, I'm going to need some flint, so that means, guess where we're going. Actually, how can I craft some flint? Special craft flint. Flint. I want to make some flint. This is not the best way to make flint. I can use a grindstone, I can use a macerator, I can use an enrichment chamber to make, ooh, flint out of gunpowder. That's... No. Other options? Rock crusher, sag mill. Ooh, I can use mana to turn gunpowder into flint. That sounds fun. So let's get ourselves a nice little stack of flint. And also I'm intending to scan the flint because there has to be a good reason I lost all that flint. So I must have gotten something out of it. So let's actually go back downstairs. Alright, where's the correct mana pool for this? It does show you before you throw it in. I don't think that's the one. I think this... No, it might be that one. Yeah. No, it's the other one. Sorry. This is the transmutation pool. The one duplicates it, the other transmutes it. Yes, if I throw this in, it'll be turned into flint. That's fun. And now I'm going to scan the flint. And you can hear the... Kiki Moore is actually eating the cakes just to get me some more mana. Let's stay downstairs here for a second. Scan the flint. It's got instrumentum in it. That might be the reason. Alright, well, we got the parts we needed. Okay, that was interesting. We got the... We're going to need 2 flint. We're going to need a redstone reception coil. And a piston, probably to push the ores in. Because, you know, we're going to grind them up with flint. And we got ourselves a basic pulverizer. Now, you can upgrade this stuff, or you can move on to mechanism. Not mechanism. Yeah, mechanism, which is what I'd recommend. So I'm going to get a brief... what I'm going to do once we finish this, I'm going to start talking about the other ways you can do the process ores about 2 times or more. It's usually 2 times and then a little bit more, like this. But this is the absolute easiest way to get to 2 times and more. Okay, all we need now is to configure things a bit. And this thing's already getting electricity. Now, this thing's got 2 different outputs for the pulverizer. The primary and the secondary. Because, like I said, it usually turns 1 ore into 2 dust. But sometimes it actually outputs an extra. Like from iron you can get ferrous, and from ferrous you can get platinum. Which is incredible. So I want the primary to go to the left, so we're going to close all the others. But the secondary is sometimes a bit of a problem because of there's this thing that happens that the primary is not yet done yet. The primary isn't done yet in the redstone furnace, but the pulverizer is already starting on something new. So I tend to always try to throw the primary into the furnace, but then the secondary I wanted to add to output the secondary on the top, because then I can throw it into the top of the furnace. Blue for receiving, and I'm also going to want it to. This is superfluous, but I'm also going to want it to receive. I'm going to want it to receive from the top and from the right side, because I want this guy to push things to the left. If you understand what I'm talking about. You put it in here, it gets moved to here, and then it gets put into the chest. That's the idea. But the top, that's going to require a little bit of work. At the very least, we're going to start off with this anyway. The pulverizer is slowly gaining electricity. Yay. So, actually, let's go hunt ourselves some ores. And yeah, there it is. It's opening. I'm going to hunt ourselves some ores, but in the meantime, I'm also going to talk about the other methods you might have as a mage or as someone who likes more obscure and complex and perhaps more visual stuff of processing ores. One of the things you can do is to use Tinker's Construct. With that giant furnace over there, you can actually make a bunch of cool weapons, like I already said. Oh, the name is I need an apostrophe. No, you don't need an apostrophe. What the? Tinker's, then apostrophe, construct. That's it. Tinker's is construct, as in plural Tinkers. But what you need to do is essentially to make a smeltery out of different kinds of seared brick blocks. And seared brick is made from grout, and grout is made from other stuff. But that is all explained by one of the books you get at the start of the game when you log in. Oh yeah, here we go. Materials and you. So I recommend you follow that book. Beyond that, there is the... Oh, okay, we're going to go deep down. Beyond that, there's also the ability to use some medium level and some high level Thaumcraft stuff to actually multiply your ores. Now there's a way to get pure ore clusters from ore, which is essentially a way to double ore. And then there's also a furnace, which is also better than the normal furnace, so you can get up to double, 2.5 times what you would normally expect from using medium-level Thaumcraft magic. As well, there's also factorization, if you want to be more elaborate. Then again, I despise that kind of... Factorization is possibly one of my least favorite mods. I don't know why. It's the entire system is completely alien to me, and I haven't actually been able to figure it out. I much prefer the simplicity of Tinker's Construct and similar stuff. So, take my opinion with a grain of salt. You could, of course, start off on factorization, and the maximum you can get with factorization is about 3 times, which is arguably just a little bit more than what you can get with Tinker's Construct when you do it really high-end. It might be that Tinker's Construct is actually able to do more, but like I said, I tend to go to mechanism, and I'm probably going to make another video on mechanism later. But the beauty of mechanism is that the mechanism ore processing is not only somewhat elaborate and very beautiful using gas and stuff, but it also lets you process ores up to 5 times. Now, look at this stuff. I'm almost ready to do 5 times. I'm essentially ready to do 5 times, but I'm sticking to 4 times for now because it's just a little bit simpler, and it's going to be really elaborate to do 5 times. So, it's a bit overpowered, but not as overpowered as you might think. And if you want a quick explanation, I recommend you go to Akko the Builder. Go Google, YouTube search him, because he did a very good explanation of mechanism ore processing. I'm emphasizing that because those are also keywords you should be looking for. But I'm probably going to do an expose on that as well, just not today. Let's see. I might do it later this week, though. Just ask. I'd gladly do it. And he's also a bit dry, so there's that. Okay, so here comes the iron ore. Okay, it goes in. It gets pulverized. Pulverizer is also something... This is also the exact same pulverizer you use to pulverize quartz for your AE system. Yeah. So we're going to be talking... Next video, we're going to be talking about the AE system and how to set up semi-automatic AE system stuff. But I guess that's something we can also use this area for. It's a good way to chain one thing into another, I guess. But the pulverizer is pulverizing each piece of iron ore into 2 pieces of dust, and possibly something else as well. Let's see. Yeah, it made 2 pulverized iron. So it's going to require a bit of electricity, and it's going to slow down very soon because the stored electricity is going to run out. But the pulverized iron is essentially doubled from what was there originally. Now, I'm not sure if this stuff passively, if this pulverizer passively accepts items. I'm actually going to have a go and try. I don't think it does. So let's go with blue here, because I want to import items from here. So let's start off with a chest. Where's my wireless? Perfect. Start off with a chest. I'm probably gonna do something on mechanism and 5 times mechanism the day after tomorrow. I might also just chicken out and just make my own 4 times processing a lot better, but we shall see. I've got this chest here. Oh, where's my axe? There's my axe. I got this chest here. I want to move it up close and then see if it automatically grabs the gold when I'm done with it. If it doesn't, well, then we're going to need some pipes. Let's say you're done there. It doesn't automatically grab anything, so you need some pipes to input. Mechanism doesn't have this problem. It can automatically grab stuff. So does Ender.io. But if they're a bit more up the chain right now, I think you can actually make it so that thermal expansion automatically grabs stuff. But we're going to work with a few pipes here, and also one more chest, because this is a setup which means it's essentially completely automated. You put things in this chest and you take them out of that chest. Let's grab another chest, and then let's see if my fandom of the Ender.io item conduits is any better, because item conduit, come on, fluid, energy conduit, pressurized fluid, item conduits. They're gonna require pulsating iron. Pulsating iron requires an alloy smelter, which is not hard to make, actually. You want to try making an alloy smelter? We might want to do that, yeah. Because conduits are wonderful in that they can be stacked on top of each other. So you can put a conduit and a electricity wire and some other stuff, even AE wires, in the same block. So I would definitely recommend you start on that immediately. So what we're going to actually do, it's going to be a bit of a longer video, but I'm actually enjoying this, so screw that. I'm just going to enjoy it. Where's the Ender.io? I wanted to make a alloy smelter. Let's have a look. Alloy smelter is simple. 3 furnaces, a cauldron, some iron, and a machine chassis, which is more iron, essentially. So you need a bunch of iron if you're going to do this with wiring and semi-automatic stuff. But then you do have something. But the basic capacitor is just some redstone, some gold, and some copper. You can get nuggets by splitting a gold ingot. So I'm going to go do gold, copper. Already got some nuggets, I think. Gold, copper, just the one, some redstone, and a whole bunch of iron. So yeah, this would definitely be the second or third thing I'd recommend you build, because the sooner you get started on these conduits, the easier you can make it your standard for your base. So you essentially never have to rewire your stuff. Then again, I've got conduits I'm still rewiring, so that might not be entirely true. Now, while fences are easy to make, iron bars essentially are easy to make. And you add some more iron, I think? Yes. And you got a machine chassis. You don't need the bars anymore. What do we do now? Because we got a machine chassis, right? And what we wanted was a alloy smelter. You got an alloy smelter, and you need 3 furnaces and some iron. So let's begin. Some furnaces. 3 furnaces. Tick, tick, tick. Boom, boom, boom. And some more iron, which is essentially perfect. This can go away. Yeah. And we've got ourselves an alloy smelter. We put this thing just next to the leadstone, and it does connect, so that's good. What I am going to do, however, is I'm going to give it some juice. Can I give it some juice? I cannot, in fact, give it any juice, which is interesting. So this thing's essentially going to be out of power. This is the downside of the survivalist generator. It's nice and efficient, but it's very slow. So this is the alloy smelter. What kind of alloy do we need? Item conduit. We need some conduit binder, which is easily enough. Some binder composites melted, gravel and sand and clay. So let's get that first. Some gravel. Some sand. And some clay. Oh, I need a second sand. And some clay. Binder composite is relatively easy to make. It's just another bit of gathering. But I will tell you, it is worth it. What I am also going to do is do a bit of a cheat here. I know the resonant flux capacitor does get accepted by this thing. So I can essentially throw it in, and it's just going to be making binding agent right there. You can't pulverize the binding agent. There's no point. So it's going to be put in there as well. Yeah, there's the first one. Right. We also need the... the item conduit. That's what we're looking for. An item conduit possesses some pulsating iron. Now that's iron and ender pearls. Now ender pearls are a bit tricky to get, I admit. But let me just say it's a bit of a bonus, I guess. I'm enjoying myself, so don't knock it till you try it. We already got a bunch of iron. So let's do the ender pearl and the single piece of iron. Oops, I didn't put it into alloy only mode. There's several modes for this thing. Alloys only, furnace only, all smelting, and I want alloys only because now we've got some ender pearl dust for portal guns. They're not very useful. I mean, the portal guns are useful, but the ender pearl dust, you can't use it for much, so let's get another ender pearl. Just remember to keep it on alloy smelting. This is why I do things live and actually craft stuff, because I can warn you for this kind of nonsense. And now we wait a few seconds. Oh, because it's run out of power. Oopsie. Actually, do I have some batteries? What do I got? I got a bunch of battery powered stuff. Oh, actually, I guess that's a good idea. No, I don't have that. Yes, this thing. It's got full power, the Staff of the Traveler. I think I might be able to use this to... No, I can't use that to power the system. I'm getting bored of this. I'm actually going to grab a... where is it? Energy cell. Oh, I don't have any energy cells. Let's grab ourselves an energy cell. Oh, this has been some work as well. It will probably be done by the time I'm done. What we can also do is, of course, get some item conduits straight from the wireless terminal, or just some iron. Some pulsating iron nuggets. There we are. We don't need to wait for that anymore. We got some pulsating iron nuggets and some conduit binder. Which means, ta-da, we have a bunch of item conduits. The quantity is thankfully not a problem. So what I want to do here is put this here and this here. So see, this goes here, this goes... that's interesting. I need a wrench. Any type of wrench will do. So just iron and a stone gear. So, actually, you might need yet a wrench. Exactly. So that's iron and a basic gear. Oh, electrical steel and a basic gear. Electrical steel, silicone, coal, and iron. Okay, this stuff might not be as easy as I'd originally imagined, but let me just show you how these conduits work. They work roughly similar to normal pipes, and you can just use this system in and of itself as well. I think I want to go south connection extract. That's correct. North connection insert. South connection extract. Always just extract. So it's going to pull from the chest and put it into the pulverizer. Now I want to check out this pulverizer. Yeah, that's the input. That's perfect. And for this pulverizer, I want it to extract from the down always, because then that'll it'll pull out the extra ores that sometimes get smelted, and then it'll put them in the chest. And then from the chest, it's that might be a problem. What I need to do is I don't want this here. I want this. It's going to push the ores out anyway. So I want. Oh, that's interesting. I want this chest here because it's going to push the extra ores out into this chest. And then if you got some item conduits, you can put them on here. And then, like I said, you can extract it with always active. And it's going to get pushed into the redstone furnace when there's room. It just leaves a buffer. This is not entirely necessary. It's just to get the most out of the basic thing. Insert, and I want the south thing to just extract. Yeah. No. Oh. Down thing. I want the south down thing to insert. The south thing to extract. So it's going to any extra ores are going to be put in this chest, and from there they're going to be put into the redstone furnace whenever there is room. Let's do a few more of these, eh? Let's grind up some more iron. These things can be made faster with the augments, but that is not for today. You can also turn it on and off with redstone. Well, I made a video about how to process basic ores. However, I got sidetracked by my love of I/O conduits, which aren't quite as easy to make as I'd like to think. Nevertheless, you could look up the recipes for them on NEI. I swear by them. And by I swear by them, I mean, while this thing's cooking, I'm actually gonna... Where'd my toy go? Oh, it's still here. Good. While this thing's cooking, as a final finale to this show, I'm actually gonna show you what I've got for wiring and cabling. Here, just a more detailed look, so you can see how much I love this stuff. Here's a bunch of item conduits. We might actually go automate them in the next show. Like I said, I got a vibrant capacitor bank here, but all the energy conduits and the other types of conduits as well for liquids and stuff all flow right past each other here. Another example of this wiring and this cabling, and this exact system would have shown you. You go from the chest all the way over here. Is something. Another beautiful piece of wiring is my are my mob spawners. Now some of them are out of action right now, but most of them have been wired to have several different functions at once. Oh well. I use my Yeta wrench actually, and you can see that there are not only energy conduits but also redstone conduits connecting this powered spawner to a switchboard downstairs. I'm actually going to make a hole in this wall as well, so we can see if this is yeah. Let's go make a hole in that wall as well. No, that's warded, I think. Whatever. This glass, you can walk through the glass. It's awesome. So let's head out. This is what I wanted to show you. All these cables and wires for redstone, for liquids like liquid experience, for items, and for electricity can all be bound together in bundles and hidden. It's wonderful, and I love this stuff. So, yeah. That's essentially my showing of how to craft some basic ores, segued into my declaration of love for energy conduits and other types of conduits. But yeah, if you want to go for a medium tech thing, go get some electrical steel and build yourself a Yeta wrench. Everything else is relatively easy. I'm keeping the Yeta wrench for now. Right, that was fun. How much ore have been processed? 10 already. Is there any extra? Oh, no, that's just iron. There could have been some extra stuff in here. So, how much coal has been spent by doing all this? 2 coal. And it's even powering this alloy smelter as well. And it's almost done. Okay, that might be a bit slow. Nevertheless, I've enjoyed this. I hope you have as well. See you next time when I go into detail about AE systems and how to teach them to build stuff. What I'm thinking of doing is teaching an AE system how to build more bits and pieces of an AE system. That way I can explain both the parts needed and the process all at the same time.